Okay guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Andrew, this is Aggie. We're here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom, and today we are going to look at Kiss of the Dragon. We're going to play Kiss of the Dragon when they're down in kind of a split squat, headquarters style position. Maybe they're looking for knee cuts, maybe they're looking for long step passes, maybe they're looking to cut across the mount. Who knows what they're trying to do. We're going to talk about how inherently in the reverse De La Riva position, you can stuff and stop a knee cut. So you can start feeling really safe, no gi, playing reverse De La Riva or inverted De La Riva or however you want to call it. It's the opposite of side of a regular De La Riva, so inverted, reverse, whatever. So we're going to talk about how that's a safe position, no gi, in particular no gi, because in the gi you can obviously grab on, there's a lot of friction, but in no gi, knee cuts are pretty easy. You can kind of just cut through anytime you get a chance, anytime your knee is free. But I'll show why that's not the case when you play reverse De La Riva properly. And we'll look at the Kiss of the Dragon, and we'll go straight off Kiss of the Dragon into backside 50-50. Look how I like to play kind of a knee block, backside 50-50, and get into the heel hook. I probably showed that before in terms of the knee block and the backside 50-50 heel hook before, but we haven't comboed it with Kiss of the Dragon and how we can pommel through. So let's take a look at all that. So let's say I'm playing guard and my partner decides to step in with a cross step. So they're taking their right foot to my right hip, right? They're kind of going into this cross step position, and then maybe they're going to try to come down for a knee cut, or they just come down to headquarters, whatever it is, right? From initially in the position, if she was standing, I'd be holding onto the ankle, holding onto the knee, playing here, kind of in this type of position. I'm not really worried about defending cross faces and all that stuff, and I can off balance her here and get to work, right? But if she comes down and starts blocking my hip here and starts posting, now I need to be more concerned about her going into cross faces, into underhooks, right? So generally from here, what I like to do is I like to reinforce my De La Riva hook right here with my other foot. I don't so much like to post my foot on people's hips, because if you do that to me, I'm probably going to try to steam lock you or reverse toe hold you or leg drag you or something. So I kind of hide this foot back here and I reinforce my other ankle, right? Now, what I want to make sure of is she can't cross face me. So I look to block and block. So now we're in this position, okay? If she was a little closer and tighter and trying to knee cut, I would be bringing, again, like I was saying before, this is a really good position, no gi, because I can block the knee cut. For her to knee cut, this knee would have to touch the mat very close to my hip and side. So when I'm playing here, if I bring this hand down and grab her ankle, what you'll see is her knee can't go here now because my arm's in the way. So she tries to cut her knee through. Not only do I have a good grip, but let's say she can. Now she's so far that it's easy for me to recover from the position. They would have to cut away instead of near you, and now it's easy for me to pommel or wrestle or turn my hips or hip escape or recover, right? So come back. So we're playing here. Initially, we're blocking like this, right? Now I want to create good space here for my body to go into, and I need to keep that space open, right? So what I like to do first is I like to lift, grab, reverse grip in the armpit. Once I get here, then I pommel this hand through to wrap around the ankle. I do it palm away from me. I don't try to grab. I'm just getting the top of my hand and wrist on her leg. So I'm here. And now this arm is kind of in my way. So as I start to roll through, I'll kind of pommel my foot to their chest, or I'll pommel my knee inside, right? Either way is fine. Now what I'm looking to do is get my head underneath her hips here, my head and body. So as I start rotating underneath, my legs are going to kind of shoot her past me, right? So I'm playing here. I'm going to start rotating underneath and bringing her over me here, right? Using my legs behind her, okay? Make sure, sit up a little bit. Make sure this knee is retracted to your chest. If I have it out here, she can just jump on a knee bar, okay? So I'm making sure this knee is retracted, okay? And I like to come out the back with this arm, connecting to her thigh, and I pull my knee through. Now when I want to go to this backside 50-50 position, there's a couple little leg movements I like to do, and we'll get into that in a second. Let's look at the motion one more time for the Kiss of the Dragon. So we're here in our reverse De La Riva position, okay? I'm reinforcing it and I'm blocking, right? This is where I want to be, just initially, okay? Now I'm gonna open this up to make space, grab, block. Now she still can't cross face me because of this, okay? From here I'll scoop. And now I start bringing her over me with this reverse underhook. I pull my head underneath using this, and I'm gonna be bringing my knee to my chest here. So I go under here, right? I still have this grip. I take this hand out, and I bring her over me by pushing down with this leg. And now I'm hiding my knee from knee bars. I'm controlling her leg here with this wrap grip and this kind of little hook, and I'm in a decent position here. Now, what I like to do to get into backside 50-50 is I'll take my inside foot and I'll hook it to the far hip. And this gives me the ability to kind of hip escape out and stay in a side-on position, and also kind of keep control of her so she can't just run away from me. It's important that I keep this leg off the mat, right? And right now it's resting on me. It'd be impossible for her to put her leg on the mat right now, right? I'm in a completely comfortable position, neutral, nothing, no pressure on me, right? So I'm gonna hip escape out a little bit, pushing off of her. I pommel my foot through the middle. Once I get it through, I'm gonna shoot my leg straight, letting her knee fall to the inside. Yeah, that's very important, right? My foot is still acting as a hook in case she tries to run away, okay? Now I chop this foot over the top here. Conventional 50-50, backside 50-50 is this leg would lace through. But I don't like to do that because that gives it, turns it into a 50-50, gives her options to attack this leg if she could get there. But also if I lace this through, she can backstep, right? And then I lose the ability to get to the heel right away. So what I like to do is just chop it right down on her knee here, and I close my knee on the back of their leg. So I'm kind of keeping their knee down to the mat. And now here, it's rather easy for me to find my heel hook and get into my breaks. At this point, I can go into little triangle options or whatever I want to do to get the finish, right? So again, let's look at it from a different angle. We're here, playing our reverse de la Riva. I'm blocking so she can't cross face me, can't get to good underhooks, can't get to her position. I extend her out, grab, block, scoop. And now again, I'm gonna bring her over me as I invert, tucking my knee to my chest, and I start bringing her forward here, clearing my hand out and going here, right? Now what I like to do is to switch this foot over so I can hip escape out. I take my foot out, hip escape out a little bit, pummel my leg through, and then I let her knee fall to the inside. Chop this leg over the top, blocking, connecting to my heel hook, and finishing. One more time. Reverse de la Riva. Okay, I'm blocking, right? I extend, grab, block, scoop. And now I come underneath here. I'm extending her out with this leg. Look, I'm blocking here. I take my foot and hook the hip. I can move her or hip escape out if they're bigger. Pummel my leg through. Look, as I extend this leg out, I let her knee fall to the inside. I want her knee to fall to the mat. So when I chop my leg over the top, her knee is pinned to the mat. All right, I throw my leg over, pinning. Look, I can't let her knee go to the other side of this leg. All right, so I have to make sure I pin it. And now I can control, get to my heel hook, and look for my finishes in whatever variations you like to play. Right? Now make sure when you're doing the heel hook that you follow the rules that I have in my short about all the heel hook connection and finishing sequences. Follow those rules and you'll be good to go from here. So again, that's my kind of my view on the Kiss of the Dragon, options into backside 50-50, and looking at those heel hook potential motions. You got to make sure that when you're hitting that backside 50-50, that they can't backstep halfway through the position before you get to the heel. There's a few ways to mitigate that. My favorite way initially is just step on the back of their knee. Don't lace through to that 50-50 position. If you watched ADCC a couple years ago, or was it last year? Mika Galval versus one of the Ruotolo brothers. His 50-50 leg went too far in, and Ruotolo jumped on it and broke his leg off, right? I don't want to deal with that. So I just kind of step on the back of the knee. Very similar position. I still have a good trap, still have a good lock, and I can still get to those heel hook finishes, right? Make sure when you're hitting that Kiss of the Dragon, that knee that's on the inside, you're keeping that retracted to your chest. You let that float out in the open against anybody who plays legs, they're going to dive on your knee bar real hard and probably put you through some trouble there, right? So try it out. Let me know how it goes. If you want to see anything in the future, throw it down in the comments. Again, I'm Andrew. This is Aggie. We're here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.